Welcome back to Outside Views, where today we're talking about civil servants, political scandals, and why it pays to have a good ethics department. Apparently, even when it doesn't quite do its job. Because right now, almost 100 civil servants have been handed bonuses despite failing to prevent some of the biggest scandals of the Labour government's first year in power. Yeah, really. But let's get into it. The Propriety and Constitution Group. Sounds noble, right? And this group sits inside the Cabinet Office and is supposed to vet ministers and advise on ethical standards. You know, the folks keeping an eye on government behavior. Yet, in the past year, 2 Labour ministers have resigned over major controversies. Transport Secretary Louise Haigh had to go after it came out that she pleaded guilty to a fraud offence 10 years ago. And City Minister Tulip Siddiq also stepped down after links to corruption allegations in Bangladesh surfaced. She denies any wrongdoing, but the damage was done. And let's not forget the so-called freebies fiasco. Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Chancellor Rachel Reeves were both caught up in a growing storm over expensive gifts, designer clothes, concert tickets, you name it. Sir Keir eventually paid back over £6,000 in gifts and hospitality, but the nickname stuck, Free Gear Keir, and it wasn't a good look. So while Labour's brand was being tarnished by these early-term embarrassments, what was the Propriety and Constitution Group doing? Apparently earning bonuses. 97 of them to be exact. According to Cabinet Office Minister Nick Thomas-Symonds, these bonuses were handed out between April 2024 and March 2025. Just as scandal after scandal was brewing. Mike Wood, the shadow Cabinet Office Minister, didn't hold back. He called the Labour government a mess loaded with freebies, cronyism, and stripped benefits for pensioners, all while civil servants in ethic roles were getting cash rewards. And the criticism isn't just about the ministers themselves. It's about the broader system of accountability, or in this case, the lack of it. Because this isn't just a question of who got caught. It's also about who got hired. More than 200 so-called cronies were brought into civil service jobs without the usual competition. Among them were former Labour think tank staff, donors and political allies. And people like Jessica Sargent, a deputy director in the very same Propriety and Constitution Group. Or Ian Caulfield, who donated £20,000 to Labour MPs and was given a treasury role. And while a review into the appointments gave the process a mostly clean bill of health, the optics are not so great. Especially since Labour promised a shiny new independent ethics commission in their manifesto. And yet 9 months later, no commission. No surprise there. And about those bonuses, well, the Cabinet Office says they likely only amounted to a few £100 each. But that's not really the point, is it? It's not the size of the bonus, it's the timing. It's the principle. Why reward the gatekeepers when the gates have clearly been left wide open? And ethics and politics isn't just about catching wrongdoing. It's about preventing it. And if a task force designed to uphold standards can't flag a fraud conviction or see an optics disaster coming when the Prime Minister accepts £30,000 worth of designer clothing, what exactly are you paying them for? And this whole story raises a bigger question. Who watches the watchdogs? And when they underperform, should they be walking away with a bonus or a performance review? So what's next? And Labour says they'll clean it up. They'll bring in that ethics commission. They'll stop the perception of maids handing out jobs to maids. But the longer the delay, the louder the critics, and rightly so, because political accountability isn't something you outsource. It's something you build. And right now, well, the scaffolding looks quite shaky. But thanks for watching, and if you want more sharp takes on British politics and beyond, like, subscribe and tap the bell. And this is Outside Views, exposing what lies beneath the headlines. See you next time, and the next video is right here in the end screen.